Differential equations. If you're given an equation where the derivative of a function is equal to another function, by integrating both sides and finding the constant, you can determine the original function. Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you. Okay, first example. dy over dx is equal to negative x plus 1 over 3y to the third. So you're trying to get each variable on its own side. So that goes to dy is equal to negative x plus 1 over 3y to the third dx. And then you just multiply 3y to get it to the dy side. And then you take the integral of 3y to the third dy is equal to the integral of negative x plus 1 dx. So with integrals, you add 1 to the exponent, and then you have to multiply it to the number. But you have to do the inverse, so it would be 1/4 times 3, which would equal 3/4. And then plus c is equal to the same thing over here. It would be 2 on the outside of the parentheses, so then it would equal half, and then you just multiply it into the parentheses. So it would be negative 1/2 x squared minus x plus c. And you get c on one side, and then you just plug in the x and y right here. And so it would be 3 over 4 times 2 to the fourth is equal to negative half times negative 1 squared minus negative 1 plus c. So the answer would be c is equal to 23 over 2. Okay, second example. dy over dx is equal to 4 to the third radical x over sine pi y, pi times y. So again, you just get each on its own side. So it'd be sine pi times y dy is equal to 3 radical x dx. And for this, you're going to do u substitution. So u would be pi times y, and then du is the derivative of this, so then it would be pi times dy. And then for this, you have to divide pi to get dy by itself, so then it would be dy is equal to 1 over pi times du. So this, you have to plug it in to the equation over here. So it would be 1 over pi integral sine times u times du is equal to 3x to the 4/3 power plus c. That would then equal negative 1 over pi cosine u equal to 3x to the 4/3 power plus c. And then it would be negative 1 over pi cosine pi times y. So you just plug in the u is equal to 3x to the 4/3 power plus c. And then it would be negative 1 over pi cosine 2 pi is equal to 3 times 8. See, because x right here, to the 4/3 power plus c. So c would come out to be this right here, which is negative 1 over pi minus 48. Okay, so final example. We would use this right here, it's the same thing as dy over dx, except with different letters. And instead you're trying to find, something else. So you would just put each variable on its side. So as it's right here, v to the third dv is equal to 5 dt, and then you would take the integral right there, and then for the integral you have to add 1 to the exponent and then multiply by the inverse of the exponent. So right here we added 1, so it would equal 4, and then you multiply by the inverse, which is 1/4, and then it's plus c. So that's equal to 5t plus c. Since 5 right here doesn't have a variable and it's multiplied by dt, it would just add a t right here as shown. And then that would equal 1 over 4 v to the fourth equal to 5t plus c, so we just move the c to one side. Then that would equal 1 over 4 times negative 2 to the fourth. See, we plug this into the equation, is equal to 5 times 1 plus c. And then from there you would just solve it, and then it would equal 4 equal to 5 plus c, so c would equal -1. And that's it. Yay!